Shalom. Kal halalim la banawa Yahweh ala hayanawa bahashem Yahweh Shai bahashem Rachaha Kwarash Brakti Yahweh Brakti Shai Brakti Yahweh Brakti Shai Brakti Yahweh Brakti Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of the same body. Shalom. You know, it's getting to the point where I can feel the energy change. I can feel the world dying. You can feel it's like Yahweh Hashem Shai has got Esau in a chokehold, and Esau's just like gasping for breath, and the Lord is playing with him, teasing him, and got him in a chokehold and just squeezing the life out of that crack, that Edomite, and the heathen too, right? So those last few breaths of Esau's kingdom is still dwindling, but it's diminishing at the same time. You can hear the crows and the magpies and this eerie feeling in the air, like one of them Hitchcock movies early in the morning, you know? You can feel the eeriness and the dryness in the air, you know? That zest is not there anymore. I've come to the point where I sometimes got to, like, you know, obviously we're Israelites, we're clean people. Sometimes I've got to shower like sometimes 2-3 times a day because I'm just it's so icky. In this world, it's so icky and nasty out there, you know? And I just got to like say, oh man, I got to get in the shower, man. I feel nasty. It's just a nasty feeling. You just want to wash this world off you. It's like it's spiritual as well. And plus, when you're in the shower, having a nice hot shower, you sort of like meditate. And sometimes you spend a little bit longer in there than you're supposed to, sort of like to wash this world off you. You know, even though you need to get out of the house, right? Obviously, you know, to earn your daily bread and all that kind of thing, depending on what kind of work you do. But you do need to get out of the house, even if you don't feel like it, just to switch it up a little bit, right? And also, it gives you an understanding of what's going on out there, so you know what time it is, because we're coming into that time where things are going to get real serious. And but for the most part, if I don't really need to go out, you know, whatever you need to stock up on, or whatever, you buy a case of beer during the week or whatever, you say, fuck that, man, I'm gonna stay home this weekend. I don't feel like leaving out of the house, you know. I'm done for the week, that's it. Anything that you want to do, you try and compress it in anything that you need to do, like in terms of anything that you need to do, you say, okay, you know what, I'll do it next Saturday. Because especially if it's something that can wait, you know, because you just say, you know what, I'd rather do all the bullshit things and compress it into one weekend, and then I can have the following weekend off and just so-called chill, you know, because you just don't want to be dealing with this world anymore. I don't even like going out of the house if I, you know, and I've been feeling like this for a while, for more than a couple of years, right? Even before the COVID, I mean, it's been feeling like this, you know, the last time I had that sort of feeling about going out was probably maybe 91, 92, 93, that era. Okay. When I think about it, even back then, I didn't like going out. But it was a little bit more fun back then. You could live a little. Things were going on. And it's like, Lord, how long, you know? How long we're going to be here for? And then I just keep thinking to myself, okay, got through yesterday, got through the day before. The Lord blessed me to open my eyes this morning. The Lord bless your mashpakya, you know, your family to wake up as well in the morning, you know? And I hate the bastard English language because morning means death, isn't it? Right. So I try, you know, but the Lord knows what I'm saying, you know. The Lord got you up in the early hours. The Lord got your family up in the early hours of the day, you know. So it's another day done. Each day we get closer and closer and closer. And I just keep thinking, you know, if we're here for another year or two, for another 2 years, let's just say, Lord forbid, right? Yahweh Shemeshah forbid that if we're here that long. How the hell are we going to get through? You know, I keep thinking that because I'm just tired of this place. All right. I'm not, obviously, Lord willing, we'll get through. It's just that sometimes you just want to give up the ghost. You just say to yourself, sometimes I even say to myself, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do today. You know, if it's a Saturday afternoon, I'm just going to go to sleep, and I'm just going to go to sleep as long as I can because you just want to sleep through it, all the bullshit, sleep through it, and just wake up and you're hoping the kingdom will be here. Just thoughts like that, which isn't a bad thought because you hate it here. Okay, we hate it here, right? And yeah, I just hate it here. And patience, as they say, patience is a virtue. Okay, they always say patience is a virtue. Patience, you possess your souls in it, all right? And we got to be patient. And then on top of that, you know, we have these small run-ins. It could be just a little glance here and there with a cracker. And I just want to get out of the car and just like get a hammer and smash their head open. To be honest with you, that's what I just want to. That's the kind of spirit that's on me. I just want to get violent, but I'm not going to do that because at the end they got to wait on you. How about what's that going to get me? You're going to get in trouble with the so-called law. You know, you're just going to get in trouble. Obviously, you protect yourself if you have to. Lord forbid you get into some kind of situation. But for the most part, you got to be patient. Because you're getting tired of this place. How long? And then on top of that, you see videos like this, for example. Where is it? Okay, right. Owner and slave. Here, 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 the descendant of slaves and descendant of their owners talk. Peter Hairston was a great grandson of Jester's grandfather's owner. They sit on the steps of Coal Me Plantation, the very place of their connection. They talk history and stories. Okay, I don't give a shit how nice they are. He's not how nice he is to him. All right. We saw how nice in the movie. What was that movie called? Uh, Birth of a Nation. All right, with Nat Turner. Okay, that Edomite and Nat Turner, they were playing as children, right? Growing up. But then it got to the point where when the Edomite grew up, he had to be a little bit more stricter. And he told the Edomite had to entertain his Edomite guests, and Nat had to give up his woman to that damn devil. Okay, just because Esau gives you a few little trinkets for the hell that they put you through, you think that's going to be enough? You think that you can cause all the hell and Edomites like you on Jake, and it's going to be okay? You and your descendants are going into slavery, devil. All of you, pursuant to Revelation 39, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And the saints are Israelites. Okay? And you crackers, you Edomites, and you heathens are going into slavery. But I've got an extra hatred towards you Edomites. I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you just walk around free with that chain around your neck. I don't like you motherfuckers, man. I can't stand you. Seriously. I hate the heathen too. But at least they're kind of palatable in terms of at least they look kind of normal, but they're devils too. They're not going to get away with it too. All right? You Hamites, you dirty Hamites, you dirty Elamites, you dirty Arabs, Ishmaelites, dirty gooks. Okay? And all you damn crackers can have your mixed relationships right now with women of other nations. You're not going to get that in the kingdom. You damn devils are going into slavery, hardcore captivity. All right? The only thing we're not going to do, that's not that foul spirit's not on us anyway, because we're not faggots like you. We're not going to do we're not going to do none of that weird shit, that weird faggot shit. We're not going to take your wives away and do anything with them because number one, that's unlawful, and number two, your wives are going to all look like Roseanne Barr. Shit, Roseanne Barr is going to be like a dime piece to you, motherfuckers. Okay, you're not going to have no fucking chink wives and that because I know you crackers are into them. You're not going to have no Elamite wives. You're not going to have no Israelite wives. You're not going to have no Ishmaelite wives. Because they think that you're the hunk of the earth, even though most of those bitches are waking up. I'm tired of seeing you motherfuckers, man. And I love the way you Edomites are complaining as well about, especially here in the UK, the changing face. London is pretty much brown now, we're different nations. And I'm trying to find out where you devils are at, because when hell breaks loose, I want to get at you motherfuckers, man. Yeah, I'm being spiritual and carnal at the same time, because when that day comes, obviously I know Michael J. White, and even Michael J. White's going to need spiritual power. Or even if you're like a Michael J. White, you can fight, right? You're going to need spiritual power with the tools and technology that the Edomites have. You know, we're waiting on the Lord impatiently. Okay, even though there's that impatience there, but there's a with the impatience, there's a patience. Basically, you know, you're stewing, you're pissed off, you're angry, you're frustrated. All these little demons come at you, you know, because you know you get angry by seeing uh, the success of the wicked. You know how they just put their hands to something and just they get blessed straight away. But this is their kingdom, so it's going to happen. And you get put through the ringer after one thing after the other, one thing after the other, one thing after the other. And you keep thinking, Lord, how much more? Please have mercy on me. You know? Even though the Lord is keeping you okay, you got a roof over your head and all that, but you're always on edge. You know? I'm going to share a link to this video as well, all right? It's Jester Hairston, Legacy of the Spirituals. All right? Obviously, this cracker's going to talk all that lovely, sugary shit. That ain't going to diminish the fact that you devils are not going to go into slavery. You're going into slavery, devil. Be able to wait for something. Patience is a virtue. All these proverbs come from scriptures anyway. Patience is a virtue, is a proverbial phrase that means that being able to wait for something, to wait for a difficult time to pass, or to wait for what you really want to happen instead of going for instant gratification and settling for less sooner. All right, is an admirable quality, a high moral standard to which one should hold themselves. Okay, and that's the elect. The elect have that admirable quality. They're waiting. Okay, but you two-third ninjas out there, right? You jakes that have sold out. All right, whether you're in Hollywood, whether you're in Bollywood, whether you're in, I don't know, the so-called Latino world. All right, whether you're in Nollywood, which is the Nigerian movie world, you know, whether you're Israelite foreigners in the so-called Gook world, right? Which you know, the Israelite foreigners that stand out in Chinese movies and all that, Bollywood movies, whatever, right? A lot of you have sold out. Why? Because what does it say here? Uh, okay, patience of virtue is a proverbial phrase that means that being able to wait for something, to wait for a difficult time to pass, or to wait for what you really want to happen instead of going for what? Going for instant gratification, for settling for less sooner. You're settling. Instant gratification. Are you two-third Jakes? You know, the likes of Nate, Satan, yeah? Calling on other gods. The fact that he just wears the fringes and all that, but it's basically a Christian church with breaking down the scriptures, but in the incorrect way. But they're still calling Jesus the Christ, the Black Messiah. Yeah, Jesus is a Black Messiah, right? He's a negative. He's not even the Messiah. That's not his name. It's Yahweh. It's Yahushai Hamashiach, the Anointed Savior, who is a melanated entity, melanated power. His Majesty is a melanated man, dark brown hue, like unblemished chocolate, like skin like that, like unblemished, clean skin, with a real masculine face, the roaring lion of Judah, man, Yahweh. Okay, a lot of you have sold out. A lot of you have sold out, and I sometimes think to myself, how the hell do you motherfuckers sleep at night, man? Seriously, how do you sleep at night? Let's go to some scriptures. Luke 21:19 is a new NLT. By standing firm, you will win your souls. Let's go to where is it? I had this up. Where is it in King James version? Let's go ahead then. By your patience, possess your souls. All right, that's New King James version. In your patience, possess ye your souls. Okay, basically, you possess your souls in your patience. All right, those blessings that you will get for being patient. Doesn't mean that you don't try and strive and try and do things, because at the end of the day, for an Israelite that is that knows the name of Yahweh Hashem Yashar, you're going to get put through the ringer. You're going to be lonely most of the time. You're going to be on your own most of the time, even if you're in a crowd. You're not going to feel like mingling and socializing and stuff like that. You know, we're going to be moving like kings because we have that raw spirit, and we like to look clean. Yeah, that's just natural thing with us, but we're not going to be really out there like that because we don't like to. But even if we step outside for half an hour, we're going to move like kings. You know what I mean? You're going to be like the oddball. You're going to be the odd one out in the family. You know, the one whose marriage didn't work out, the one who raised his children on his own, the one who's always into history, the one who's always praising the Most High. The one who's always spiritual. You know, the one who always basically got picked last, for a soccer tournament, you know, the one who always, got bullied as a child, you're gonna be like that. You're gonna go through all these things. The one who has to have like damn near 50 interviews before you get a job, you know, the one who has to make numerous applications before you get a job, you know, you're gonna go through that, but you be patient, you know. Have you seen those videos of I believe some of them are Russian Jakes. I've seen videos where there was this Russian Edomite, right, who kept bullying this other Russian kid, right, kept like slapping him and slapping him, and then he started headbutting him, not on the nose, just like like a bull is like locking horns on another bull. He was like just headbutting his forehead. As soon as he did that once, that young child that was taking the slap after slap after slap after slap gave a solid right hook, right, and then a left, right, okay, solid, solid right hook and a left. No, solid uppercut then a left, and that cracker, that Russian Edomite went falling down on the floor like the Twin Towers, man. Because he was patient. The Lord was with him. Okay, he took it and he said, "You know what?" And the Lord said, "Okay, now you can snap." You know, you were patient. Okay, that time's gonna come where the elect are gonna get that power, man. All right, you're gonna get your lick back. You're gonna get it in. All right. And before we even get up out of here, no matter what you're going through, you're going to be all right. The Lord's going to keep you, man. You're looking for work, you're going to get work. All right. You're looking for a place to stay where your landlord is being an asshole or whatever. You're going to find a place to stay. You know, your car's giving you issues, your car's going to be rectified. Sometimes it takes a few weeks or whatever the situation may be. But while you get there, you're going to be okay. Yeah, you're going to be on the edge every day. But that Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is just doing that, so you need him. Okay? The Lord is just trying to keep you, build up your faith. And also, um, because Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, faith is the substance of things for and the evidence of things not seen. So the Lord is trying to build up your faith. Like the book of Matthew says that, the Lord can move a mountain. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah says, if you got the faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you can move from one mountain, from one place to another, paraphrasing, you know, and you're going to be exalted, man. You see spiritual things every day. You do. I'm not going to go into it, but you do, don't you? Early on in this truth, how many spiritual things did you see? Didn't you see your house light up? Didn't you see your room light up? Don't you see those flashes of the angels around you? Don't you see the orbs? Don't you see the chariots? You see them, but I know you think that it's getting to the point where it's becoming normal to you to see them because it's like your normal everyday life, right? The Lord is only doing that so you get used to it. So when the Lord returns, you don't get such a big shock. Because remember, we're in this weak flesh. We're in this weak flesh. The elect are going to get exalted, man. And that time is coming. It's the 18th of May, 2024. All right? I'm trying to see, Lord willing, man. Oh, how about Shemashah Ratazar, man? The bubble pops this year. I hope so, man. This economy crashes. These fucking dollars and pounds and euros or whatever just are not there no more. And Esau, the so-called white man, the damn devil, pull your finger out, devil, and implements his charagma, man, his CHIP, Revelation 13, 16, and 17. I really hope they do. The elect are not going to take it. Hell no. Hell fucking no. All right? No way. Lord willing. No fucking way. But you heathens will. You Edomites will. And you two-thirds will. And some of you two-thirds have already taken it. You know? A number of years ago, I actually believed that clone shit. You know when you see certain Jakes pausing mid-conversation and shit, and they'll be all still like a damn statue in Madame Tussauds. If you know about Madame Tussauds in London, they got like all these mannequins that look exactly like certain stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Denzel Washington or, etc., etc., etc. Right? They pause. Then I just realized, one of the prophets mentioned it. I think it was Elder Manatazak of the elder bishop Manatazak. He said that I believe it was him, the elder. He said that they've probably been already karagma. They've already taken the CHIP. Hence the reason why they controlled like a radio controlled car. He didn't say in his exact words, but this is what I'm saying. And it makes sense. They've already taken the CHIP, man. You know, they've done all the booty bandit things. They've done, gone on their knees and sucked another man off, like a woman is supposed to be doing. They've already been flipped over and bent over and everything, drank blood, eaten feces, drank piss, going to them weird ass parties, wearing them masks and shit like they're Zorro, you know, because they're getting their just dues now. They're getting that consolation prize. So all the evil that they do and all the sins that they commit, they wash it off with the large mansions, the overground, the underground swimming pools, the swimming pools that are outside their bedroom door when they open the patio door, the balconies, the palm trees, the sunshine, the blue sea, the constant being doped up with drugs. That's how they wash it off, constantly staying busy, talking about getting money, you know. Then they stay high all the time because they don't want to think about what they did. But the elect are going to exalt it, man. Psalms 46 and 10. Be still, being patient, and know that I am Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Okay? And how's the Lord going to be exalted? The Lord's going to show himself. All right? And the Lord's going to exalt, give that blessing to the elect. And the elect are going to exalt the name. Okay? And then once the elect exalt the name, they're going to be exalted. And through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, the name of the Lord is going to be exalted. Okay? And that's starting from our apostles on down, man. Because they pushed the name. The name is key. What the hell are you going to be in the truth and you're going to talk about Jesus Christ and all that bullshit, but you're wearing fringes and stuff? What does that even mean? You're just basically a worldly Christian, but in Israelite garb, in Israelite garments. You haven't changed, you know? You haven't changed. The name is key. The name is key. What does the Lord say? Paraphrasing scripture. What is my son's name? What is my name or what is my son's name if thou can tell? What is the Lord's name and what is his son's name? Don't the scriptures say there's only one mediator? There's a mediator between God and man, between the Most High and man. We need a lawyer, a mediator. We can't speak directly to Abanawa Yahweh. Our mediator is Yahweh Shai. Hence the reason why he gave his life for us. He was the sacrificial lamb. The lamb brought to the slaughter without crying and screaming. Went there quietly. Okay? That's why the elect go through what they go through, even on a small, minuscule scale. The stress, the pain, the body aches. Your shoulder may pop out in your youth or whatever. You may have lower back pains. You may have like so much headache and pain, even if you slept a good 10 hours, is right behind your head and it's in your eyes. You can feel that pain, throbbing pain. You can feel your neck crickling and clacking and cracking and shit. You know? You might get so much stress, mental stress, whether it's whatever worry you have, be it maybe about your family, your children, finances, whatever. The Lord puts that stress on you so you can feel a little bit of what Yahweh Shem Yashai went through. I mean, sorry, Salakia, what Yahweh Shai went through. Salakia, Lord. What Yahweh Shai went through. Okay? That's why the elect, whoever they are across in the earth, they go through what they go through. Okay? That's not the one. Where is it? Proverbs 24:14. In the same way, wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, you will have a bright future, and your hopes will not be cut short. What's the wisdom? The wisdom is these scriptures, and that wisdom comes through praying to Yahweh Shem Yashai. And what's a bright future? Obviously, you've got to be an Israelite first to have that bright future. All right, and initially to get that bright future, in the first go around, you've got to be part of the elect. Even though the rest of the Israelites are going to be saved too, but they're going to come back through the loins of the elect men, the 144,000 men. Okay? Other men, women, and children are going to be saved too, but all the rest of the Israelites are going to die on this side and die in America, especially America. All those Israelites are going to come back through the loins of the elect 144,000. Okay? Hence the reason why, in the kingdom, the Israelite men, we're going to have numerous wives to bring back all those Israelites that are lost and that died. Okay, we are the largest nation on the planet Earth. Okay, then the Lord say that each man is going to be like, well, paraphrasing the scripture there, each man, each tribe is going to be like a nation. You're going to have your own nation, man, as an Israelite man, because the fact that we're not going to ever die. You just think about it. You have right 1,000 sons and 1,000 daughters, right? Your 1,000 daughters are married to other Israelite men from any of the 12 tribes. So their lineage, the other tribes, other brothers' lineage is going to carry on. And you got 1,000 sons, and we take the wives of other Israelite families for our sons. All right. So they might have, like, say, each son might have 100 wives, Israelite wives each. This is a very low number I'm giving right now. You got 1,000 sons yourself as one man, because you got 2,000 wives yourself and 2,000 concubines. All right. Let's just say you got 4,000 sons. Right, 2,000 from Israelite women, 2,000 from your concubines. All right, your lesser wives. They're still Israelites, by the way, because you are whatever your father is, pursuant to Numbers 118. Yeah, and those sons have more. Each son of your 4,000 sons has another 4,000 sons each, because they have 4,000 wives each. You just think about it, and you're not going to ever die. We're going to live forever. Hence the reason the Lord says, in my house are many mansions. And what does Esau know? Esau talks about the earth expanding and new planets being created. Why? Because we're going to be dwelling there and visiting there. Okay? And that is the bright future. So in the same way, wisdom is sweet to your soul, which is the name of Yahweh Shem Yashai, and the knowledge of these scriptures that we get from in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yashai from our teachers, the men of great millstone, the apostles on down. Now, if you find it, you will have a bright future if you're the elect. All right, and all the Israelites too. But if you're the elect, because you won't die on this side, and even if you do, you'll be raised. You'll be raised straight away when the Lord returns. Okay. And then the next part says, and your hopes will not be cut short. And our hope is what? For the kingdom to come ASAP on this planet Earth and beyond, right? And while we are here in this hell, right, for our hopes, small hopes to come to pass, whatever they are, so we can survive and sustain ourselves as we get into the kingdom. Okay, while this kingdom is dwindling, we still need certain blessings to keep ourselves going. You know, whatever they may be, finances, health, finances. You know, you may need a vehicle to get from A to B. You may need a roof over your head. You know, to take care of yourself. You know, if you've got a family, the Lord has given you a wife and several children. You need enough space for them and enough money to take care of their needs. You know, and the Lord will provide that, man. All right, no matter what you're going through, just think about it. You're not homeless. The elect are not going to be homeless, man. The Lord is going to provide you, all right, with enough to get by, and until that big blessing comes through, and you're going to be all right again. All right. Let's see what it says in the King James version. Yeah, I know I go all over the place sometimes. I do that. I digress a lot, but sometimes different thoughts come in my head. You get excited about how the kingdom's going to be, so I just talk about it a lot, man. Living forever, the beauty of it, the beauty of the kingdom, man, and just being with the Lord. Just imagine sitting with Yahweh Shai and having a drink with him. Can it just and we're looking up at him. Just think about that, man. You're sitting at a long table, right? And at the head of the table is Yahweh Shai, and we're looking at him. Just think about that, man. How amazing is that? I get teary eyed. I get like all like goose pimply. I get awe. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, just imagine. And that's going to come to pass one day soon, man. Proverbs 24:14, but in the King James Version. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. All right. It sounds more poetic in the King James Version, right? So the knowledge of the wisdom, so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then shall be a reward. And that's a reward for the elect, man. And thy expectation shall be not cut off. And what's the expectation? The expectation of getting into the kingdom, you know? And prior to getting into the kingdom, getting blessings as well. Even though you go through a lot of hell, because the Lord's not going to keep you stewing in that hot pot forever. The Lord's might keep you in there for a little while, a couple of weeks, couple of months, but the Lord will pull you out of there and put you in the cooler to cool off. you know then the Lord might just give you a little couple of jabs here and there, stress you out a little, and then and put you in the cooler again, so you cooled off. Basically, put you in the hot room, and then for a little while, then the Lord will put you in air conditioning. Put you in the hot room for a couple of minutes, and put you in the air conditioning, kind of like that. If you want, but you're gonna be all right. You're gonna go through it. One second. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Just like there's a race, there's a finishing line. Yeah? There's an end line for these Edomites. Okay? 2 Ezra 6 verse 9 says that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Who's Jacob? The Israelites. And Esau is the end of the world. The world is not going to end like these damn devils show in movies like Armageddon. All these, what do they say? Oh yeah, asteroids are going to come and destroy the planet. Man, that's some bullshit. That's not going to happen. What they're trying to show in these movies is not asteroids hitting the Earth. What they're trying to show is that something is going to hit America. And why do they always show America? How come they never show asteroids hitting London, asteroids hitting Japan, asteroids hitting Australia? Why do they always show big town USA being hit with so-called asteroids? Because they know those nukes, those nuclear bombs are going to hit America. Like the Lord said, 1 hour, in 1 hour, the Lord's going to destroy Babylon, you know? And what's New Babylon or the door of Babylon? It's America. You see all the symbols there. New Egypt. You see the pyramid on the dollar bill. You see the obelisks, just like Egypt in America, in Washington D.C. You know, you see the Statue of Liberty. You know, all demonic symbols, man. You know, which is representing uh, the woman in the red dress in the movie The Matrix. I don't want to deviate right now because sometimes the thought doesn't come right in your mind. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? It represents the whore of Babylon, right? You can see all the symbols. You can see this world is demonic. Everything is got a demonic symbol and demonic twist to it. You know, the coffee shops. You know, the medical symbols with a snake wrapped around that Egyptian staff, whatever it's called. You know, the three sixes uh, in the Google symbol. You know, everybody doing, all so-called celebrities covering one eye. You know, everything's got a demonic twist to it. And if you listen to certain music, right, there's an eerie feeling to it. It sounds good to the ears, thinking, nah, but why don't I feel good when I listen to it? It's because there's a demonic energy that's put there. They've got witches and warlocks that's put magic spells on this music. You know that, all right? And this hell ain't gonna go on for long, all right? But these demonic things don't affect Jacob, man, because the Lord says, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua says that there is no enchantment against Jacob. You know, I believe that's in the book of Numbers. There's no enchantment against Jacob, man. You can't do nothing against Jacob. You know why? Because we got our spiritual firewall, our spiritual protection, if you want to put it that way. All right? We're protected. That's the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right? So the Lord said, let's just say the Lord says, okay, Esau's got 25 years to rule. All right. As soon as that 25 years is over by midnight, as soon as it hits the 26th year, that's it. Deletion begins. You know, I'm just coming out with like a number, right? Just to give you an example of how it works. You know, for example, let's just talk in a worldly term. You work Monday to Friday, right? Okay. Right, and your holiday or so-called day offs are your day off is, or the weekend is basically your days off are the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, right? And you want to take a day off on Monday, unless you book it from your holidays that you have accumulated, you cannot pass that bound beyond Sunday. All right, so your weekend is your weekend, but you can't have another holiday on Monday, all right? I mean, it's a funny analogy, but I'm just giving you an example, right? So therefore, there's a rule that Esau's not going to rule forever. The so-called white man's rulership is done. Okay, they are not going to rule forever. They know it. They can feel it. All right, and these Edomites in these countries are feeling it too. All right. So the Lord has given them specific time for a number of years to rule, and now we're coming to that end. And Esau, the so-called white man, knows their time is really short, so they have to get that Revelation 13:16 thing kicking off. You know, there's so many podcasts and people coming out with it about digital, this and that, and the third, CBDC. What do you think that's going to happen? Yeah? But it's going to get really serious before it gets better. But the thing is, the elect are getting their licks now. And those worldly Israelites and the heathens that are of this world, they're getting their blessings now. And some of them are feeling it, but they don't, but it's because this is the end for them, period, especially the Edomites and the heathens. All right? But the elect, they're getting their licks now. So, right? But things are going to get better while this place is dwindling for the elect, even though they're getting their licks. But when hell really breaks loose, when the bubble pops and the financial system crumbles completely, that's when Yahweh Hashem Mashai is really going to amplify the miracles, man. And the elect are going to be, you know, walking through, it'll be like Psalms 91, man. You know, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. You know, Psalms 34:7, I believe. You know, the angels of the Lord encampeth, you know, around about them and delivereth them, you know. So we've got nothing to worry about. Second Corinthians 12:10. Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distress, for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Okay? So the Lord is putting you through all these things to build you up, breaking you down and building you up, breaking you down and building you up. Like when you lift weights, you know? You train and train and train and train. You break down the muscle tissue, and then you rebuild it back up through nutrition and correct dieting and supplements, protein powders and essential aminos and vitamins and all that kind of thing, and a clean diet with what the hell whatever we can eat, even though it's not real food, right? And that's how we do it physically, and the Lord is doing that to us spiritually as well. The Lord is doing that, even though you think to yourself, "Why the fuck did I make that stupid decision of doing this?" You know, sometimes the Lord puts a demon on you to make a dumb decision, to understand that man's goings are of the Lord, even though might make a silly mistake, because the Lord puts you in a, what's the term, um, tailspin. The Lord puts you in a tailspin, in a situation where you have hindsight. Oh, if I didn't do that, I'll be doing this right now. The Lord does that so you understand the fact that everything is of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, positive and so-called negative, and the fact that the Lord puts you in that situation, right? Because the Lord wants you to go through that. The Lord wants to put you in the hot room for a bit, so you want Him and need Him more to humble you. Okay, so you go through it because Yahweh Shai went through it on a huge, grand scale. So you've got to experience what Yahweh Shai went through on a small scale, even though we can't take what Lord went through, man. All right, we're not built like that. We are not His Majesty, but we go through the small things, which is nothing to the Lord, just to experience that's a little grain of reproaches and necessities and persecutions, man. Just, so the Lord says that because when He's glorified, the elect are going to be glorified. So we got to go through it. Why would you be glorified if you never went through what the Lord went through? So you're going to go through all through life, all hunky-dory and everything working out pucker for you, all perfect and shit, and then you're just going to get glorified. Huh? It's like someone training their backside off for 10 years to get that black belt in mixed martial arts and building their body up. They get the black belt, right? And you just acquire that black belt overnight, not putting the work in. All you did is a year's training. No, it don't work like that. You got to put in the work spiritually, physically, and mentally, man. All right? Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches. Obviously, when you go through this, it's not pleasurable. But you have to smile and take it that, okay, cool. I'm going through it. Sometimes a demon jumps in and thinks, man, the Lord hates me, man. The Lord hates me. The Lord don't hate you, man. The Lord loves you the way a father disciplines his child. Saying, son, be careful as you cross the road. Your father's going to discipline you. A stranger is going to let a child run across the road. They don't care because that child does not belong to them. Right? But a child that belongs to his father, that father is going to discipline his child. That father might slap the child for behaving silly. That father might discipline the child, might shout at the child. That father might shake the child saying, oi, behave. Be careful as you cross the road. You see what happened to that child. you know, because you belong to the Lord. Hence the reason we should smile. I understand being in this weak flesh, there's always a war between the spirit and the flesh, because the Lord did say he's a man of war. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yeshai is his name, right? But that's part of the battle. And it's going to be a constant thing till we get out of here. Yeah, the Lord's going to give you, take you out of the hot room for a bit and give you that balance. But even when you got that so-called balance in life, you're still going to be going through the mental turmoil, the distress of being in this fucking effed up faggot world, man, demonic world. The distress of seeing these crackers um, um, walk around with our women. The distress of seeing um, just these devils still in power, even though they are falling. And pursuing to Deuteronomy 30 verse 7, these devils are getting the curses to a very lower level, but they're getting it. It's not fully on them yet. The way Jake was strung out on drugs in Harlem and other parts of America and the UK too. All right, because I grew up here. All right, now these devils are strung out. I see these crackers homeless. All right, for the most part, it's Edomites that are homeless. There's other nations amongst them too, but I see a lot of Edomites, man. And I live in a very brown area with all heathen nations around me, right? And for the most part, it's Edomites, so-called white people, that are homeless and that are begging for money to buy their crack and their heroin. Yes, crack is still a thing. Esau loves it. All right. So therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in approaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Hamashiach's sake, for when I am weak, then I am strong. All right. Let me go to the NLT, man. I learned this from the elders, man. Just getting the different, man. Especially Elder Apostle Ramla, man. He's sipping his tea and everything, and and then he like just breaks everything down like a teacher, man. Well, they are teachers, right? So yeah, sipping his tea and it's going, it's really relaxed way, just breaking everything down so smoothly. 2 Corinthians 12:10 NLT. That's why I take pleasure in my weakness and in the insults, hardships, persecutions, and troubles that I suffer for Hamashiach, Yahushai. For when I am weak, then I am strong. All right? This is why you go through what you go through. Okay. I think that's about it. All right? So all the hell that you go through, don't worry about it. Okay? All right? We're all going through something. We all make stupid mistakes over some dumb shit. And you think to yourself, why the hell did I do that? All I had to do was keep my mouth shut. All I had to do was just do that, and I would be all right now. But the Lord made you do that, so you go through the ringer again. Okay? But you got to think about it. Every time you go through hell, hasn't the Lord got you out of it? Hasn't Yahweh Hashem Yeshai got you out of it? So the Lord will get you out of this one. All right? And you got to think about it also. This is not forever. You're going to be all right. Okay? Even though your back's against the wall and you're worried, all right? The Lord's going to come through, man. The Lord is going to come through. Many times I've heard our teachers even say, man, they've been at the point of, being on the street, but they still had a roof over their head. And then lo and behold, right before that happened, when they were on when they were on their last leg, they were still okay, but they were like, oh shit, oh my gosh, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Ashai came through with a blessing, man, and then from there they were okay. That's the Lord testing your faith. Your faith has to be built up, so hence the reason why you go through what you go through. All right. But anyway, Kal Lalina Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash Muathabad Babal Kwam Yashrala. Shalom.